Happy Sunday, everybody.
Happy Sunday.
So what's going on? Uncle
let's
Kathy
see.
Bananas?
You're asking me
Yeah.
what's going on? I have to think.
I rely
Too
on you
many
to keep me
things.
up to date on everything. You know that, right?
Too many things are going on.
Yeah.
Let's see. What's that Mexican stuff? Oscar Gonzalez says hi, everyone.
What's happening, man?
Danny Boyd says howdy. I think Danny Boyd felt bad for me because you bought that motorcycle.
I bought it for you to sit on the back of. Did you see how cushy it is?
That's not my.
It's like an estrogen palace.
Oh no.
It's got armrests. It's got cubby holes. It's got saddlebags on both sides. It's got a purse in the middle. Come on.
That's not my thing.
It's got cushies. All nice. Come on.
Asif says yo.
She won't get on a motorcycle with me.
Not anymore. Not really. I'd get on the Harley with you, but that's about it. No more sport bikes.
You've never gotten on a Harley with me.
What are you talking about? I used to ride with Spewy all the time.
So I got rid of Spewy 15 years
but
ago.
I used to ride here too, but then people drive like crazy.
Yes.
They're terrible.
I know.
They make like turns like truck drivers. They go to the right and then they go to the left.
I know I ride that every day, but you won't get on a motorcycle with me.
Because the people around here don't know how to drive.
Oh, jeez.
All right, I'll get on a motorcycle with you this week.
We'll see how that
Only
works.
the black Harley.
You won't get on the orange Harley.
Says hello from Minnesota. What?
You won't get on the orange Harley.
The orange one? The orange bike?
Yeah.
The beautiful?
No, the other.
Oh, the other one?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
See, you like that bike.
You never take that one out?
Well, because I try to keep it nice. That's my like if I'm going to go to Cars and Coffee and have a nice bike that's all polished and stuff.
You're not allowed at Cars and Coffee.
Why? I can go to Cars and Coffee.
Oh my goodness.
I took the Super Cub out today.
I know.
I went to the Cedars of Lebanon.
Nice.
It's really nice out there.
Oh,
actually.
no.
What?
That's where they spilled that
Winnie!
thing. Get her out of there.
Who spilled what thing?
The poison. Here. Go
Who
get
spilled poison over there?
The fly poison bag.
It's fine. Stop here.
Okay. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah. False alarm.
She's digging where.
Look at the face. She's. Oh my God. A mouthful of dirt.
Yeah, don't let her eat that. Greg, you got off the spray, Travis Moore says.
Oh yeah, we need the spray. The mosquitoes here are crazy. There's zillions of them.
Get out of there. Sorry, everybody.
You know, sometimes we forget. We think we're just sitting in our backyard hanging.
Well, we are.
Yeah, but there's like how many hundreds of people also.
Only 120.
Oh, that's it? Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, but by the time this is done, like 15,000 people are going to make.
No, they won't. Well, we just put mulch down and she's digging it up over there. All right, so Iceman 2K10 says, UT, I have a problem.
No. Talk to me, my brother. What can I help you with?
Charger.
What is it?
A 71 Charger.
Okay.
Bad booster.
Ugh.
Not wanting to pay $500 to $700 for reliable rebuild. Want to swap to 80s style 2-bolt 5th Avenue / Diplomat style. Do I need to reseat firewall?
You'd have to drill through the firewall. I mean, you have to ask yourself this honest question, okay? Do you really need the power booster? Because even this brake cars of that era, the pedal ratio and all, you're not really going to notice that much of a difference taking the power away. But I couldn't tell you the exact specifics of swapping that booster. It's going to be the same as if you're going to swap the master. Just the master, just manual. But I couldn't tell you the exact what pieces you're going to need to have to go to the later booster.
I thought you'd be out ramming the roads on the Goldwing couch.
No, I super cub today. I had I had my fill of big bikes the last couple of days. So this morning I got up and I says, I need a tiny little bike to just go like zing like this through some back roads. So that's what I did. Will you stop it with that?
You're in a hole.
Let her dig. Let her dig.
Just mulch that.
That's okay. You can remulch it.
I can't remulch it. This is what's going on. This is what's happening over here. That was just mulch. See? Okay, fine.
She
Good.
doesn't like the distribution of the mulch.
Oh my gosh. Winnie, come here. She's eating the tomato. Oh, Winnie! Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yes, she comes.
Winnie's the gardener. No, I'm gonna kill her. Literally just fix that. All right. Border collies.
You ever wonder why YouTubers do their lives from studios?
Yeah, there's a reason. Without dogs. Iceman says thank you for the info link tea.
Yeah, sorry I couldn't be more helpful with that.
Where's the magazine of discipline? Not here. Not
We don't have that anymore. We have Zero has a magazine of discipline. We sent that to him so he could discipline whatever he needs to out there in California. We have the flag of attention. Give me that.
It's a herding flag.
Well, let me show them.
Use this when we go to herd sheep.
Yes, when the rolled up newspaper or the rolled up magazine is done, you go to this, and it's just like you just take this and you go like
no,
that.
No, don't scare her.
Yeah, see how that works.
She's not doing anything. Dead Dodge Garage says, is this where the party's at?
It was just a warm up, bro. It's just a warm up for the party
Maybe
that's
it's the
happening
dog
at
days
your
party.
place.
Yeah. Let's see. Kuda70 GT says, Tony, hire a hobo to roll up your damn windows.
There are no
Nobody knows what
hobos
that
around here to
means.
hire.
You've been around a long time, haven't you?
Yeah, really, no fooling. That's going back like 5 years.
That's old inside jokes. Growing Legit says, let me know if you want me to teach you how to rebuild carb zunk.
I can use some pointers,
You really can.
you know, because I mean I really don't know anything about that stuff. What I do is I go to Wikipedia. I look up whatever carburetor it is, and sometimes I even have a hard time spelling them, like which one is which. But I go to the Wikipedia page, I read everything it says, I memorize it, and then I shoot the video. And then, of course, you know, sleight of hand, it looks like I know what I'm talking about. But, you know, so I could definitely use some help and some pointers.
Philip Reed sent you a super chat.
Thank you.
Halfway through replacing the top on my Beetle, and I've had to learn how to use a sewing machine. I have so much more respect for my grandma who just set it up and go. It took me an hour to figure it out, but it works. It does work, Philip. It does. I recommend everyone knows how to use a sewing machine.
I recommend everyone, it's a woman who knows how to use a sewing machine.
Yeah, it's very funny. She's taking it to China.
Yeah, let her go. Let her go. She gets some cheap parts.
All right. We sewed the door panels with the charger. I sewed the door panels. I put the trim on it.
You
vinyl
did?
Trim on the carpeting.
Yes.
It's pretty easy if you have the right needles. She's going to escape. She better not. $20 in a Super Cub would get you to Cleveland, Tony.
You know, it's funny because I hooked up with a guy that had a Vespa and a guy that had a Ninja 250 this morning, and the Vespa was really fast, and I was trying to keep up with him, and the Super Cub just drinks it when you're on it, right? Because the bike gets like 100, 125 miles to the gallon when you're just cruising around like 30 miles an hour, 35 miles an hour, but when you're on it, constant. It just the gauge just so yeah. All right, but let her dig. Let her dig. Stop. Pay attention to this. Give me that flag. You're starting. Okay.
She might be going after some bulls or something. Maybe we have moles.
Yeah, she smells something in there.
Oh, good.
It's exercise. It's good exercise.
She doesn't get any of that. Let's see. Travis Moore says, having a green tea after 2 bowls of veggie soup. It was a long day in the park, in church, and then the stores for laundry detergents and stuff.
That's.
Did you You should do stuff like that.
No. I don't. I don't.
Don't
I
you
don't.
want to get the laundry detergents?
No, I don't. I don't want to do anything that was on that list. Just, yeah, I like to think that you're doing it for me, and I do appreciate that.
Adrian Sarah says, just had the plunger fall out of my brand new vacuum gauge out of the box.
Just a plunger full out of you. They don't make anything. I just ordered Friday night, last Friday, this day before yesterday. I wanted to take Mission Improbable over to the track because the weather's starting to change now. It's like it's nice out, right? So I took a full run around the area, and the fuel pressure dropped off. I said, what the hell's going on with this now? So I played with it and played with it, and finally I popped the pump back out of it, and the sock was all, crusted with rust. So I said, all right, fine. You know what? I don't have time for this. I'm just going to order a tank. So I go online. I see Amazon has got fuel tanks, and it was like $95 or something. How much was it?
105.
105, and then there was a discount.
Was there? It came to like 116.
Yeah, whatever it was. It was cheap. So I says, all right, fine. I won't go this week. I'll go next week. So I ordered the tank. The tank comes. It's for a Bronco. It doesn't even resemble the one that belongs in the Jeep.
Did you
So
read the ad correctly?
yes, I read the ad correctly.
Okay.
I can read ads. So
Oh
yeah,
my
they sent me the
goodness.
wrong friggin' part. So I decided to just save the one that I had, and I've got it soaking in vinegar right now.
Greg Kelly says, Tony, I just wanted to genuinely say thank you for the informative videos you put out.
Well, thank you.
With that, my father was never necessarily a car guy.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I have no car guys in my bloodline at all. I come from anti-car people, anti-mechanic people across the board. I was the black sheep of the family growing up.
You grew up fixing,
Not cars.
not cars. But
No.
you did fix stuff.
He had a little workshop in his garage, and he
Mhm.
would do like woodwork and stuff like that. He'd fix like, he would do the plumbing for the neighbors and stuff. But nobody. I'm the only person in the like literally in my entire bloodline who turns any wrenches at all. Now, ironically, I talked about this before. Ironically enough, I did have one relative who died before I was born. His name was Dominic, and he would have been my uncle on my mother's side.
Your
And
great uncle. It was your.
he would have been my great uncle,
Brother.
my grandmother's brother. And he worked for the railroad. He was a railroad mechanic, and he was a regular mechanic too. And he died in a house fire. He blew himself up in a kitchen. And ironically enough, I blew myself up in a laundry room. But I fared a lot better than he did. And but that's it. That's the only. Now, but the funny thing about that is that I was born with just an automatic love for trains, for steam locomotives specifically, which is something I had no reference to. You know what I mean? There was nothing in my early childhood that would have put me in proximity of steam. But
They had steam, but trains.
Yeah.
You have trains everywhere.
well, it was
You had the
elevated railroads,
yeah.
but that's completely different.
Not even Swamp Rat?
No,
Talking
my
about
brother,
his brother,
Normal
no.
James. No,
He's a gardener.
He's a gardener.
He's a really good
that's
gardener.
Mr. Green Jeans.
And he builds crazy stuff.
Oh, he's really good at what he
He's
does.
really, really good. He knows a lot about landscaping. I hope he's listening. Probably not.
No. He's mad at me because I banned him for what 86
He's
years.
not mad at you. He's back. No, you hate him for like a week. Because he was going to tell everybody when it was your birthday.
Oh, please, yeah.
Okay, Zib says, what car can I get with 10,000? A case of PBR and a firm handshake.
Dude, there's so many cars you can get for 10 grand. I mean,
Yeah.
the list is endless. I can't even answer that question. The list is endless. There's tons of good project cars out there. The Barracuda we just picked up is a perfect example. $3,500. It runs, it drives, it has new brakes, it has new fuel system, it has new carburetor, it has all the brake lines and shit like that. $3,500. Turn the key and go, and fix it up as you go along. So 10 grand can buy you a lot of car.
What's up, Bebug? Okay, let's see. Does nothing special, says Uncle Tony.
Yes.
Have you had the chance to check out N&W 611 since its restoration?
I have not. Shush, Winnie. I have not. I
Birds.
yes.
All right. Well, how did you blow yourself up in the lunch room? Joe wants to know.
Oh, jeez. Go to. I'm not going to tell the story again. So many times.
There's a video,
There's a video, right?
but it's just from a podcast. It's from a podcast.
It's an excerpt from a podcast that we did before we started doing the channel. So go to search our videos and just put in exploding laundry rooms, and the whole story is there.
You can't find the Halloween story though. Did you delete that? You deleted that, I think.
Probably.
It's not. No, it's not on.
The Halloween story was crazy.
Yeah, that was terrible. Let's see. There was. Oh, he's talking like somebody else. Scarlet Fire. Dog barks. I mute. Sorry, Scarlet.
Dog barks what?
I mute.
Sorry.
Sorry, everybody. Like, we have dogs.
It's part of the charm of UTG.
Exactly.
we're the anti-YouTube channel. YouTube channel.
It doesn't get much realer than that.
No, this is as real as it gets.
This says Halloween story. Bunch of kids upstairs, and you started the Nitro car in the garage, right?
Started it and romped it.
Halloween party with all of the little ones, and he cracked the wall.
I broke.
Kids started screaming in horror. It's not funny. It's not funny. The mothers were there. They were mad at me. It was horrible. It was horrible. I had to go downstairs and I was like, well, what are you doing? We had a party.
You know, it seems like that was somebody else's life.
No, it was our life. It's definitely our life. I'm gonna kill you if I think about it. What's wrong with you? Why would you do that?
I had the sickness.
There were like 12 kids in the dining room. There were 12 kids.
There's all these people
Little
watching
kids.
this now and they have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. We're having a Halloween party for the kids. We have two sons. And we had a Halloween party.
This was in like 1994.
10, no, 9, like that.
1994, 1995.
Yeah.
All right.
8 years old.
Yeah, they were kids. They were little kids.
8. And then there were younger kids there, like 6, because they were like our neighbors and stuff. The twins and.
So.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tony. Tell me the story.
Tell the story. This happened on Staten Island when we lived on Staten Island. So I had a high ranch. There was, a split level ranch, right? The 2-car garage in front of the house, and then above the garage was a living room, dining room. Okay,
No, the kids' rooms would have been above the garage.
But I broke the house in the living room, the dining room.
Yeah, but the kids' rooms were above the garage. The bathroom and the kids' rooms were above the garage. And then the dining room is to the left. Go ahead. Do you want me to draw a picture for everybody?
I'm almost embarrassed.
You should be. we all mess up, Tony. This is a lesson for everybody
I used to mess up like this all the
that
time.
has a Nitro car in their garage. Go ahead.
So at the time, I had a AA fuel altered, right? So for you guys who aren't familiar, it's a Nitro funny car, but instead of having a whole body, it has just a little tea bucket body, right? Like a Wild Willie Borscht, okay, that kind of car. So Kathy is having a Halloween party for the kids and their friends, their classmates. So upstairs in the house, she's got like maybe like a dozen kids, 10, 12 kids.
Yeah.
And then a couple of the parents, a couple of the moms were there too, right?
Because there are some little kids up there.
Yeah, because they had a couple of little ones too, like 4 or 5 years old.
Uh-huh.
Now, while they're having their party upstairs, I got my buddy Matt Canick over, right? And he's helping me put the car back together again because we had run it and I had taken it apart and you know just to service everything, make sure it was all good. So, but we had the car completely disassembled, and I'm not thinking about what's going on upstairs. And it was kind of chilly too, so we had the door closed, right? We're going to work on this thing outside. So they're having their party and we're putting the engine back together again, the car back together again. So after a couple of hours, we've got it all buttoned up and it's all nice. And I'm like, we got to just fire it just to make sure it's got some oil pressure and everything. Just make sure everything's good. Mm-hmm. Set the valves and then we're ready to go for the next time we go out with the car. So Matt says, I'm going to fire the car just on gasoline, right? You know, the squirt bottles that I use are a little bit bigger than this. I still use them on this channel. I use them all the time. I fill them with gasoline, use them to clean parts. Well, we used to use those to warm the car up. Hey! So I'd fill one of those with gasoline, hold it in the injector, squirt it into the injector until it was empty, and that's the warm-up, okay? Now, from that point, you turn on the fuel. So you can't run those engines with the fuel tank dry, right? You have to have the fuel pump submerged. It can never be run dry. So I put 10 gallons of straight nitro into the tank. I have no alcohol, right? It's 100% nitro. I pour 10 gallons of nitro in the tank. I'm not intending to start it, you know, on the nitro. I just can't have the pump running dry while I'm running up the squirt bottle. So I say to Matt, get in the car, let me know you got oil pressure, and hold the brake, right? Because it's a centrifugal clutch. So he's got to sit in the car and he's got to hold the brake. He gets in the car, he gets all in the seat and everything, and he's sitting back and he's holding the brake, and I hit the squirt bottle, right? I got the starter, it lights, I pull the starter off, I pull it off on the side like this, and I'm keeping the motor running on the squirt bottle. And it's just sitting there going, eeeeee! And then I'm looking at Matt, right? And Matt has got this big, giant smile on his face, right? Because he's never sat in a car like that before with the engine running. And I'm getting down to the last couple of drops of gasoline, and he says, let's just give him a kick, okay? So I reach down and I turn on the fuel shutoff. So this thing in the garage with the door like mostly closed, it's just banging away in 100% nitro. Stuff is falling off the walls, right? Like I had things on the shelves, tools and whatnot. It's flying off the walls. His eyes are like they're like this big. He's holding onto the brake with two hands, right? And he says, I gotta whack it, right? So I grab the injector and I go, pop, like that, and the car jumps off the jack stands. Matt's like, whap, and on mine now, sheetrock starts peeling off the wall. There's a big piece of sheetrock just flapping in the headers, right? And I realized at this point I've gone too far because now I can't see anything, right? The garage is completely filled with nitro mist. I can't breathe. So I reach down, I push the fuel shutoff, I grab the door, I shove it all the way up, and I run outside, and I'm choking, and I'm gagging, and I'm coughing, right? I'm down at the sidewalk, all the way to the end of the driveway at the sidewalk. Matt comes, I look up just in time. The garage there's just smoke blowing out of the garage. Matt comes running out of the garage and he's throwing up as he's running. He's throwing up all over himself and he collapsed and he's laughing his ass off the whole time. And he's throwing up, choking and laughing and rolling around on the grass, having like spasms. And exactly the moment I realized that Kathy was having a party upstairs.
I came out.
You can't make this stuff up. so, so I look at the door and Kathy's furious. She's just screaming at me, and I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." So
The
I go,
kids were screaming.
I go running up the
They were
stairs.
screaming.
And you can't make this up, right? I running up the front stairs of the house into the front door, and these kids are all huddled in a circle, and they're crying, and their mother's like, "Oh,
It's not funny.
I wish I had to be there."
Our kids are mad at us all the time.
And Kathy, she's furious. And just, she points to the back wall and out. She says, "You broke the fucking house." When I whomped the throttle, it broke the back wall.
It's not funny.
It broke the back wall of the house. There's this giant crack. you, you had to be there. You just had to be there.
It's horrible. It's horrible. I had there's nothing I could do. There was kids screaming and crying, and mothers trying to protect their children and staring at me like they were gonna beat me up. There's somebody throwing up on the lawn. The house is broken. My kids are like, "Why, Ma?" No, it's dead.
You had to be there. You really had to be there.
Did the fire department show up?
No, that was a different time.
Let's see. Curmudgeon says from the magazine era, Hemi Dart Street Race until today, Tony is the storyteller. More of this, please. I can't relive that.
There's a lot of them. The statute of limitations hasn't run out, so I
No,
can't. No,
can't sell it.
no. I was a. You guys know me. I'm regular now. I was not regular back then. I was out there. I was out there.
No, nobody needs to make a cartoon of it. No, that story should have made the paper.
I should have been arrested.
Yeah,
They should have put me away for that.
yeah. Thinking about it as like real adults, that's really freaking horrible. We were still relatively young
I
and
was like
stupid.
I was like 35.
Okay, you weren't young then.
No,
No.
no. My nitro sickness days were between 1988 or 1987 and like 1999. And I just went to a different place. It wasn't good.
They would put you away.
It makes for
now.
great stories, though.
Yeah.
That's one thing. It makes for great stories, but it was not good.
You could never do that now. The cops would be at the house in 2 seconds.
Please, yeah.
New York was a different place.
I did light off one nitro thing out here when I built that Harley.
Oh yeah.
The Pro Fuel Harley. Remember I was doing chirpies in the driveway with it?
Yeah. When we first moved here.
Yeah.
A long time ago. Today the neighbors would call CPS to investigate. Yeah, you're right.
You had to be there, guys.
Yeah. It's a different place and a different time. Nothing like that can happen. Right, Tony?
Oh no, God
No.
forbid.
Yeah, God forbid is right.
No, that's why I stay away from all that stuff. I'm done.
Honestly, I think it's a good idea. I really do. I don't think that it was the best. So did the neighbors ask you to move after that circus?
The neighbors were used to me. Like, they knew. You know what I mean?
Well, it's because you lived around the block. We lived around the block from his mother's house.
Yeah.
So he grew up around the block from all of those neighbors. So they knew him since he was a kid.
Well,
so they knew that he was crazy.
They knew it was crazy, but they also knew that I was the guy that like I was the neighborhood watch, right? Because I worked out of the house. When I wasn't out with the race cars, I was turning wrenches at my house. So I was the guy that kept an eye on the neighborhood. If anything was weird or strange, or I was the guy that confronted it. I was where they would drop off special packages, special deliveries and stuff like that for people. So like I was an asset to them, and a mechanic. They had a problem with their cars, I'd be the first one over to help them and not charge them. You know what I mean? Unless it was like a job, they brought it to me as a job. But your car doesn't start. Well, I'd be the first one over there to get you started. Or here, use my car. I was always a very, very, very good neighbor in that respect. So they overlooked a lot of the nuttiness that went on.
Alice says, tell us the story on how you broke the house and ruined Kathy's party again.
I just told it. I literally just told it.
Anthony Prentice says, did we go to that bakery in Staten Island from the movie Easy Money? He's talking about Alfonso's.
Alfonso's, yeah.
Yeah, I used to walk past it every day coming home from school. Yep, Alfonso's. I didn't go.
Pancake breakfast.
Huh? What?
St. Alfonso's pancake breakfast.
Is that
Zappa.
Napa.
Zappa.
Oh,
Zappa.
Zappa. Oh. I just said Napa.
No.
It's like waterfront. Was it any good? Yeah, it was good. It was an
remember.
Italian bakery.
There was the other. Andrews was the good one.
Oh, she's in the garden.
Who's in the garden? Winnie, get out of the garden. What is she doing? Oh, leave her. She's not gonna hurt anything.
She's digging.
She's
There?
trying to help you.
No.
She wants to plant
my
tomatoes.
Plants.
Oh,
Lord.
hey, keep them busy.
All right. No, don't. There she goes. Good girl. Look at her jump. She flies. Oh my goodness. Which one was nice? Okay, this vertical chat live video format is aggravating.
I'm
Kathy,
sorry.
it's the old format coming back. Listen, I did everything I could to fix it. I spent like an hour and a half doing everything with this iPad.
This
and it won't
device.
go back.
This device that she's using, this is the only way it will do this. So when we do these lives in the backyard, this is our only choice.
It's not giving me the option to put it horizontal like it used to. That option has disappeared, and maybe that's a YouTube thing. I don't know, because it's in the YouTube program. It's in their software that it's missing from. It's not my iPad. So
Sorry about that, guys.
We can go do it in the inside.
No, it's beautiful out.
Yeah, I mean it's nice. But I'm sorry that you're having to deal with the vertical. Let's see. How do you set up the Wednesday Night Live though?
That's done at the shop, and I have a webcam through the laptop that we've been using for since we started doing this channel.
Right.
And so that's set up the old way, and she uses this iPad here for the lives, and it's two different things.
It was doing it horizontal.
Yeah.
And
then it just stopped, and she doesn't have an option, and she's tried and tried and tried.
It's good, Kathy. Just asking. We still watch either way. Thank you.
I know it pisses Zero off, and I don't ever want to piss Zero off, but...
YT says, can you wish Drew a happy birthday? Also, the stream is amazing.
Happy birthday, Drew.
Happy birthday, Drew.
Sing to
I'm
him.
not singing.
Come on.
I don't sing. No. I'm not singing.
All right.
Happy birthday.
She used to do this whole Marilyn Monroe
No, I didn't.
happy birthday
No,
thing.
I did not.
Happy birthday
That's
to
good, Tony.
you.
Oh my goodness. Let's see. So Tony, how is the battery you put back into use? That battery. You gave that away.
What battery?
The battery you did that video on that you put back
geez.
into use that you charged like
2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
God, people remember things. I used that battery for a few months, and then my friend John Wilburn was coming through on his way someplace, and he needed a battery. So I says, take the battery out of my whatever I had it in, and he took it and he used it, and I've lost track of it since. I think about a year later, it came up in conversation, and he said it was still kicking, but
Mm.
I haven't seen it.
Do you want to put the lights on?
I could.
Yeah, that'd
All
be
right,
good.
I'll do
Okay,
that.
let's watch Tony put the lights
Yeah.
on.
Watch me put lights on.
Good job. Proud of you. Oh, good job, Winnie.
Do I look svelte?
Good job. No, you need to tie it more.
I'm working on
Good
it.
job, Winnie. I said good job, and she came running over for praise.
I'm down to like 189, so
That's good. That's good.
that's just so I can go faster with the Jeep.
Yes, Tony knows how to operate a light switch. It's nice. It gives me a break. Let's see. Yes, let there be light. Tony is more svelte than I am. Dumper the sweaty fat guy says.
No, I was like 200 pounds, and then she started dieting, right? And I was like, I gotta lose some of this gut. And as luck would have it, I had a tooth bothering me, so I really couldn't eat. So for a couple of few days, I didn't eat, and I had wonton soup.
That kick-started your diet.
That kickstarted the diet. I was like, okay, well, as long as I've squashed my appetite to this extent, I'm just going to keep it going. So and I have, and I've lost 11 pounds.
That's good. Old Cars and Music sent you super chat.
Thank you.
Let's see. This is their third super chat that they sent you.
Well, thank you so much.
Which one of Ram Charges says, quote, the only thing we accomplished by racing was getting the rules changed, end quote.
Which of the Ram charges said
Yeah.
that? I'm drawing a blank.
You don't know?
No,
You're gonna Google it?
no.
I'm sorry. Old Cars and Music. Tony has no idea.
I've completely drawn a blank.
It'll come to him. Right?
Probably.
Eventually. Probably tomorrow sometime during dinner. You'll remember.
I bet you it pops in my head before this live is over. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. I'll process it in the back and spit it out at some point.
Milk for snack, says Tony. I now keep a spare set of points in my pocket everywhere I go, just to carry a little taste of freedom.
Nice. I like that. I like that.
You have some siding that has come loose over where Tony turned the lights on. Do you have loose siding? No, that's a piece of that's not siding. That's
Oh, it's a yardstick. It's an aluminum yardstick.
yeah, there's a yardstick over there, and maybe he's talking about the weather stripping on the door. That's
Oh yeah,
hanging
there's a little
down.
piece of weather strip and it's
Can you see it?
yeah.
I have to fix it. Let's see if you can see it. See up top, there's a piece of weathering stripping, and then that piece that's behind the gate, that's a yardstick.
What's Maggie doing?
She's staring. I have to show everybody what she's doing. Maggie, what you doing?
Maggie?
Staring at the corner.
Maggie.
She does that. All right. I want to say Tom Hoover, Dick Maxwell, or Bob Cahill. It's one of those, Tony.
Yeah, I don't know who said it.
Travis Moore says you're in trouble if your house has plastic siding. We're in trouble for many reasons.
It's had plastic siding for 21 years. It's holding up pretty good, pretty okay.
Mary Rose says it looks like she put herself in timeout. Yes,
Yeah.
she does that. Yeah, let's see. It's a swizzle stick for the industrial drum obtainment. What is? Oh, the
Yardstick?
yardstick. No, I use it to measure out when these weave poles. They have to be 20 inches apart.
Pro agility stuff.
Pro agility. Yeah, we're working on it. Working on it. Shib Sivetoy. I'm sorry, I screwed up your name. Tony, do you have any experience with the Dodge throttle body injection system? Remember any fun stories or wild builds from back in the day?
Body?
Mm.
No.
No.
No. The miserable system that is. Um, no, I have no interesting builds. I have nothing. I have, like, I mean, I remember de-throttle bodying a bunch of cars, and vehicles over the years. Um, Switching to carburetors, but no, they were miserable. Speaking of which, so my 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 dear friend Kevin Shaw.
Oh no. What happened?
So I,
I don't know if you want to talk about it. I don't know what happened, but I don't think that you want to talk about it.
yeah, I talk about
No,
it,
probably not.
but he talked about it. It's okay.
You probably shouldn't.
So,
Whatever it is. I didn't even know. Oh, he's laughing
so
evilly.
oh, it is, yeah.
Yeah, he says.
So Kevin, he does a thing called Mopar Connection magazine, and so at any rate, he's right up the street over here. He's up the road. He's in Hendersonville. So so he has this Charger. It's a '69 Charger, and it is beautiful. It's just a beautiful car, front to back. It's just a nice car, right? But Kevin is one of those like he's like of the old school magazine mentality, and he's always doing advertiser driven, stuff. Like Kevin's the exact opposite of me, right? It's like literally quite opposite. We're diametrically opposed to each other in the way we approach this. Okay, so he's always throwing the latest greatest gizmo, whatever it happens to be, on the car, and it's got whatever the maximum fuel injection system is, the EFI conversion system, which is something I've been saying since I started this channel. Run away and hide from that shit. If you got one that works, it just means that you've been lucky so far. So he made a post on Facebook yesterday saying, explaining how all year long he's been having these issues with the EFI, when it's just mysteriously dropping dead, and he can't get the signal from this, and the fuel pump went for that, but it wasn't the fuel pump, it was this, it was that, and he can't get information, and he can't get schematics, and he can't get this, and this doesn't work, and that doesn't work. And it's like, I'm reading this post, and I'm just laughing and laughing. It was just so beautiful, like Mr. Give me all the tech and pile it on thick, and this car is completely kaput.
That's not funny.
So, well, so I commented,
You
and
did
I said,
comment, okay.
I did comment.
You said something nice.
I did say something nice. I said something very nice.
Good.
I said, Kevin, wait here. You know what? I'm gonna. I'm not gonna read.
Don't
I'm not
read
gonna read
it.
the post. I commented. I says, Kevin, if you would like to buy, if you would like to borrow a carburetor, I have one you can use. I hear they're quite reliable.
Did he respond?
No,
No, I didn't think so.
no, no. Ke- Kevin's one of those guys. If somebody manufactures something somewhere, he's like, "Give it to me. I'll
Right.
pile on the rest of the stuff." I hear they're quite reliable. Kevin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, very good. That wasn't completely mean, Tony.
No, it wasn't
No,
mean.
it's just funny. Mean ass. Don't be mean. Let's see. Borrow a car, laugh out loud. How's the propane project going, Tony?
I fully intended on working on it this week, and then the cold wind came up, and that kind of derailed me a little bit. But I'm back on it. I'm definitely on it. You'll see progress on it sometime this week.
Greg Kelly says, I'm going to have to get one of those UTG internal combustion shirts. You need that shirt.
You definitely need that shirt.
UncleTony'sGarage.com.
Absolutely. People love that shirt. Anytime I'm on the motorcycle, people pull up to me and, where you get that shirt? That's a cool shirt. And I'm like, oh, my wife got it for me.
That's a T-shirt idea, Tony. Wait, what was it? The comment you said to what are you talking about? The comment you said to Kevin?
Oh, I was gonna find his thread there.
Are you a man or a woman?
Who, me?
Yeah, I
Guess.
guess you.
Guess.
Maybe he means me. I don't know. I don't know.
Kathy Bananas, Uncle Kathy Bananas is pure
Figure it
woman.
out. Do you still have the Chinese scramble bike?
I do. I haven't ridden it. I did ride it on the property next to my shop. There's a plot there, half wooded and half cleared, and I rode it a little bit, but my back, I don't want to push it. Right. I'm feeling much better. I'm like back to normal, but I don't want to like really bounce around. What I did determine with it. So here's what I found riding it for like a half hour back there, right, just playing around and not really pushing it. Right. It's got tons of power, and for what it is, it's got tons of power. But the ergonomics on it absolutely suck. Um, the seat height is too low. Like you, I'm gonna explain to you. Like on a dirt bike, you don't want to have to always be standing, but on that thing you have to always stand. You can't sit. So the ergonomics are not right for what I want to use it for. So I have a couple of different options, a couple of things that are in my head, but I'm not going to play with it right now. If anything, I'll do it over the winter.
Ah, drugs. You're going to go to jail. Stop drugs.
Yes, don't do drugs.
Drugs are bad. You don't do drugs.
I'm completely straight edge.
It's so straight edge. It's ridiculous.
Not intentionally. It's not. It's not like I was like, I'm going to say no to dope and alcohol. It was not nothing like that. I just don't have any interest in it. Right. But I fully support your excessive use of anything you choose to use.
Okay.
Nicotine and Tang. That's my.
Have you done anything to Scribbles? Scribbles is the name of
The Barracuda.
the Barracuda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put the taillights in it. Um, put the taillights in it. I ordered a voltage regulator. I want to take it for a cruise, but I can't really go very. I can't go very far because I'm not charging the battery.
Right.
I ordered a voltage regulator for it. It should have been here the other day. It still hasn't showed up. Shut up,
Don't yell at her like that.
Winnie. She's
That's
just barking
her.
at the TV.
She just thinks you're barking. She's barking at the TV.
What? I'm not mad. Anytime I yell at Winnie,
Yeah,
Maggie
don't
comes
yell.
over like, I'm
She's
sorry
just
for
gonna
what
ignore
Winnie's doing.
you. Thor says hello, everyone.
Hello?
Hello.
Do you want to come up here?
Get a bark collar.
You want to come up here?
No, she has one, but sometimes I leave it next to the television. I don't put it on her.
No?
Very rarely does it go on her. It's Maggie. Can you see Maggie? No. Let's see. Abel D says, will you and Kathy be riding the Goldwing in matching black leather Harley attire? Absolutely not.
Yeah, I'm going to throw on my chaps.
Oh, I'm going to throw up. Please don't talk about it.
Kathy won't get on a motorcycle with me.
Only because I really don't trust the traffic here. Like, I dodge people cutting me off every freaking day, multiple times a day. Like, they're really bad.
I know.
They're insane. They're insane.
Well, in this city, lately, we've been averaging like a motorcycle fatality a week.
Right. Well,
Just in the city.
I have dogs that I need
Just in
to
Murfreesboro.
take care of, so I can't die right now. Like, I can't leave Winnie momless. That would be really bad. If we have another lockdown again, I'll go with you. When there's no traffic.
I'm not exaggerating about that either. We're in this city. We're averaging a motorcycle
Yeah,
fatality a
it's
week.
horrible. It's horrible. I don't like every time you go out and ride. I'm like, be
No, I'm like,
careful.
I'm bring the chaos. Bring
I
it.
don't want
I'm
the
ready.
chaos.
I'm ready.
Craig Simpson sent you super chat.
Thank you, Craig.
Is UTG's Nitro.
What the hell is that?
A bird.
Oh.
Tang is UTG's Nitro.
It
Did you
is.
hear that? What's up, Barry?
How's it going, Ari?
Cincinnati drivers, I don't know what this is. The drivers are terrible.
It's crazy.
Like, really, really bad. Like, I'm not exaggerating. It's like every time I go out, I drive defensively all the time.
It's like a demolition derby. It's really nuts.
And there's a lot of cars. We live in a busy city. New Jersey drivers are the worst? Yeah, it can be. Can be.
No, I gotta tell you, Tennessee drivers are
They're the worst.
pretty bad.
They're really bad.
Pretty bad.
Ari just got back from NNNs. What is that?
MNN?
NNNs.
NNN, No Name Nationals? Is that
Oh.
already?
I have no idea. I don't know. Were you there, Ari?
I thought they had that like at the end of September or the beginning of October.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
You should Google it.
I could.
Look it up. I don't know. Indiana drivers are the best, are they? I kind of want to move to a small town or village just to get away from the traffic. I would love to ride the Super Cup. I really, really would. I'm like, no. I ride my bicycle in the neighborhood and I have to walk it across the
I know.
street because there's no way the drivers will let me go
I know.
through. So I have to actually get off it and physically walk it across the street because they would kill me otherwise. Or I've been on the side of the road riding it and they'll beep at me on purpose to mess me up. They'll come up behind me and like lean on their horn. I'm like, who does that? Who does that?
It's like living in Death Race 2000.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I have dogs I have to take care of. I can't die right now. Later. Not now. Do I want Tony to go out in the gold ring? I mean, he's going to do what he's going to do. I'd rather he didn't ride all the time in crazy traffic.
I'm used to it. I expect.
Tennessee sucks. Yeah, for driving, yes. It sucks.
I expect it. So you gotta understand, I've been hit 3 times by cars, right? On motorcycles. So I'm used to it, right? It's like okay, here comes another one, right?
It's bad.
But because I expect it and I ride like I expect it, it doesn't really bother me. So every car I see, sitting as you're riding down the road, every car I see on a side street, I expect to pull out. Every car I see coming up when this direction and there's an intersection, I expect to turn in front of me. I just expect it all the time, always.
Horrible.
And since I've taken that attitude towards it, it's like, fine, bring it. I'm ready.
Ari says, I'm over here eating Thai food, so if my responses are scattered, it's because of spicy food. And he says, no, I think they may have barred me from attending. I'm not allowed at the No Name National.
Why? What'd you do?
I don't know.
I thought I was the only one that was on.
Have I flipped off another driver? No, I don't do that. I'm a defensive driver. Because everyone's nuts.
No. I hate that. Like, I consume a lot of motorcycle content, right? Much more so than probably any other type of content. And I hate those moto vlogs where the guy's just got the GoPro mounted on his freaking helmet or his chest, and the whole thing is you're looking at the handlebars and they yap for 10 or 15
So
minutes.
you watch it.
Only if the topic is interesting, but I really don't like it. So no, I don't put a GoPro on a bike, or me, or
Charlton Zimmerman says, watch the front wheel, not the driver on a side street.
No, the front wheel isn't really that. Okay, see, here's the thing. The front wheel is going to tell if they're going to make a move, right? But if you watch the driver ahead of time, right? I look to make sure that there's eye contact, okay? If I don't see looking directly at me, I mean, I've already got the brakes covered. I ride with 2 fingers on the front brake. I always ride just with my toes just ready to hit the back brake. So what I'll do is I toggle the high beams, right? I find that that's probably the most effective way to get people's attention because they may not see the bike, even with the headlight on. They might see the bike, but if you toggle the high beam like this, they'll catch it even in the corner of their eye, and you'll see them look at you when you do that. So mostly I'm looking at the driver. If I can't see the driver, let's say it's tinted windows or the angle or the lighting doesn't allow me to see the driver and where the driver is looking, then I start watching the front wheels. But that's after the fact, And if you see the front wheels even budge a little bit, yeah, I slow down to like 20 miles an hour.
Addison? Why is Danny Boyd saying Addison?
Addison?
Yeah.
What about it?
I said that the other day. I was
You
like,
did.
why
You
is
said
I
Addison.
saying Addison? And now Danny Boyd is saying Addison.
I don't know.
That's
You did
very
say Addison
weird.
the other day, and I was like,
And
what?
I did.
Yeah.
I was like trying to come up with a word for Aspen.
Yeah, you and Danny Boyd are like psychically
And
like
I said Addison, and
in
then
tune
Danny
with each
Boyd
other.
just
This is
screamed
scary.
Addison. Sorry. Uh-oh. It has bad quality. Potato quality.
I'm sorry.
Winnie ate the camera. I'm gonna leave this light. I'll hold it like this. Is that better? I don't know. Is that better? It's the light. I have to do something about the lighting. It's very hard for me to read. Dark Tony. Hold this under your face, Tony. All you can see is your beard. On a bicycle, I adjust the front so that they can never lock.
Okay.
You're very dark, Tony.
What do you want to do?
I don't know.
You want to move over there?
Yeah, sure.
That's what we did last week, remember?
Want me to hold it though? Yeah. We're gonna move, everybody.
You want me to bring that table over there?
You could, yeah. We're moving.
We're going over there.
That's what Winnie did.
Oops, sorry.
It's okay, just hit me with the table. Alright.
Oh, well, stuff in poo.
No. I clean it.
Oh, wow. That's much better than that little bullshit table.
It helps. Sit there, Tony.
Well, hang on.
He's like, hang on.
Hang on. I gotta get my tang.
Have my water
My tobacco
and
water.
the lantern. Alright, this is better.
That.
Thank
That.
you.
That. Okay, hang on.
Just move the foil works great now. Okay. Good. Sorry, but my 8 megapixel camera isn't looking so bad now. It's an iPad. I don't know. How bad could the camera in it be?
There we go.
Like a Blair Witch movie.
Better?
Yeah,
Oh, this is actually nice. We should be doing it like this.
Yeah, if you want
Why do we
to.
sit at that table when we have this?
I don't know.
Very comfortable.
Are you comfortable?
Yeah.
Alright.
Why isn't this table over here?
Because it's...
We have
It
this
doesn't
little
belong
bullshit
there.
table. It's
No, I
good
like
for...
that little table.
Yeah, but it's not good for this.
No.
This
I
is
mean,
great.
we could just move it to this. That's fine.
Okay.
A lot of bike accidents are dumb people. Can't process a motorcycle speed.
Yes.
Is that I prefer riding motorcycles alone. Seems safer. Scarlet Fire said.
I like small groups, right? I like to ride with 2 guys, 3 guys, like that. More than that, and it starts to get a little crazy. Although I do have my wheelie friends down the street over here, and they're fun to ride with. The one kid, Caden, is literally a professional stunt rider. So you go out with those guys, and it's just like they're standing the bikes up and doing all kinds of crazy shit all over the place. But they're professionals, so I don't mind riding with them. They're fun, but and they all ride Harley Davidsons. Um, but I prefer riding with a small group. I don't like to ride with a big group because there's always squids and there's always people who just don't know what the hell they're doing.
Okay, thank you, Ari. He says it looks really pretty back here. It was a nice garden this year.
I used to be a squid.
Ugh.
You remember my squid days?
You're pixelated? Why are you pixelated? You shouldn't be. I love watching stunt riders, but on non-HD crotch rockets.
Now these kids are really good. They ride Sportsters, and they put on stunt shows in the area. Really, really good. Fun to watch. Even more fun to ride with.
The show is looking early digital camera at 480 resolution. What? I don't know. I guess it looks bad for some reason.
This is what we got.
Yeah, why? I'm using an iPad. I don't know what to tell you, everybody.
Oh,
What?
Thursday night.
Thursday night. What about it?
We're supposed to go live with Robbie
Yes,
Starbuck.
You're doing your live
Yes.
with Robbie
So,
Starbuck.
yeah, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Robbie Starbuck, but he recently did a thing on the whole Harley Davidson fiasco with the CEO and all the nonsense that's going on there. He's currently in Sturgis. He should be back within a couple of days. We got to get together and talk about this, but we're supposed to go live together on Thursday night. I think 7 o'clock. Was that we set it up?
Yes, 7.
Yeah.
Okay, so Travis Moore says, someone please send Kathy Bananas an iPad or something. I'm using an iPad.
She's using an iPad. She's on the latest state-of-the-art.
latest, baddest iPad that you could ever use is exactly what I'm using.
It cost ridiculous money, and there it is.
I can't switch to desktop view. I've been through this already.
Yes.
It won't allow me to do it. I don't know why. It might be network related. We can see and hear well enough. Okay, Olive.
Thank you, Olive.
Oh, okay. It's an iPad. I don't know what. I don't know. I don't know what else to do.
Just keep.
It's a kid's iPad. No, it's not a kid's iPad.
No, it's the big iPad.
I do
It's
my
maximum
artwork.
iPad.
I do artwork on my iPad.
Yeah.
So it's the maximum iPad that you could possibly have.
When she told me what she paid for it, I like
It's
swallowed my
12.5
tongue.
inch iPad. Mind your business. I work hard and I need things. iPad Max, that's right. Due to the zero sugar tang.
No.
No.
I need all the sugar and all of the vitamins that Stanley Kubrick put in there for the astronauts.
Yeah. Maybe it's the light.
Sugar-free Tang. What kind of communist thing is
Maybe
that?
it's the light that's messing up the camera. You move over a little bit that way. It might be.
Is that better?
Glaring. Yeah, we'll try it.
Okay.
It might be that light that's in the view of the camera. I think I have to blame cell phone towers for slowing down our internet. I know, we've been having a lot of problems with the internet.
We have.
A lot.
Internet has been weird lately.
And we have AT&T.
The maximum
The
AT&T.
fiber AT&T.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever the. So with all
We have
of
max
this,
AT&T.
we have whatever the most expensive thing is. We've already got it.
Yeah, that's what we have. The
Right.
highest speed, the highest.
Right. The highest of everything is what we've already got, and that's what you're seeing right now. So it's like there's nothing we can do about this.
So I've noticed that usually if I'm in the house, I have my phone on, and it'll automatically hook to the internet. Do you know that I get nothing on my phone if it's hooked to the internet, and I have to actually take it off the house internet so I can use it?
You should probably call AT&T and let them take a look at it.
Probably in my spare time.
Yeah.
All of them. Maybe it's the problem. Needs to go back to basics. Maybe that's the problem.
Probably just do it off our phones.
Could. Yeah, but I like to draw on my iPad. It's nice. You have to set your Wi-Fi password, right? Leaning. Yeah, my Wi-Fi password is on everything I own.
Why don't you tell them what it is?
No. No, I'm not telling them what it is. Raining Slant 6 says, let me see. I have to actually click on his to read it because it gets cut off. Hey UTUK, just logged in and started to type in my greetings and picture went white with Microsoft spiraling circle of frustration. It cut off your, I don't know, it cut off your message. Did Tony something cable again, or are Russians hacking again?
Doing.
We can still hear you both. That's the main thing. How do you not see? They can't see you.
I'm right here.
All right. Well, we're gonna do the live with Robbie Starbuck in the office. So
We'll probably do it at the studio at the shop.
you're gonna do it there?
Well, yeah, we don't need the dogs barking and stuff.
Okay. Well,
he's legit.
I understand. That's fine. You know how to run StreamYard?
I'm gonna have him come over.
Oh, I don't think so. No. He said he could do it remotely.
I'll talk to him.
Okay.
I'll talk to
Well,
him.
you should email him then. Let's see. Unless you got Wi-Fi skimmers, I don't think so. It's grainy. I don't know. I don't know why it's grainy. Oh, the ISP could be having an off night. Or routers. Net service has not been great here today either, I'll say. Yeah, it's been really not good. Things are starting to repeat, Mexican stuff says. I don't know. What are they killing over there?
I don't know what they're doing. Just let them do it.
Just let them do it.
Just whatever it is, let them do it. They're being dogs. They're being good.
Boomer says, post a reminder for that live stream a day ahead of time, please. Yes, we
will.
definitely will. We're going to make a promo for it. We're going to put it on Facebook, and we'll post the promo in our community on YouTube. So.
Yeah. It's confirmed via email, but we haven't actually spoken yet.
Yeah.
So that's why we haven't put anything up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll go up this week.
It'll definitely be an interesting conversation.
Can you see Tony yet? Is the camera still bad? That bearded and tattooed guy sent you super chat.
Thank you, Beauty Tattoo Guy.
Let's see. He says, GM283 rebuilt keeps coughing through carburetor.
Do you have enough ignition timing in it? And is the accelerator pump good on the carburetor you're using? Those would be your three possibilities, right? Timing is way retarded. Not enough accelerator pump, or you've got a sticky intake valve that isn't closing completely for whatever reason. Maybe it's an over-adjusted intake valve. But those are the three common things that would give you a pop-up through the carburetor.
Olive says, Tony would be having a blast if we could just get him on the rocket and provide him.
I'm ready. Shoot me into space. Let's go.
Luke Walker says, Stellantis can't stay in business. I worked briefly in their engineering department like a Chinese fire drill.
Stellantis is either being absorbed in its entirety by BYD, or BYD is taking Chrysler, Dodge, and possibly one or two of the other brands under Stellantis. So, but that's an evolving situation, and it's something as I learn more about it, or as things become more concrete, we'll talk about them, for sure.
Maybe UTG needs his own radio talk show on AM. Oh God, no.
I could be the next host of Coast to Coast.
Yeah, no, you can't. No, you really
I
can't.
could do that.
You can't. No. Don't. You're not cut out for that.
Why?
I like. It's an interest of yours, but you're not really cut out for that. Just trust. You're a car person, like more than anything. And then I would say you're a financial person after that.
Well, the financial stuff and the conspiracy stuff are all tied together.
Oh no, I know they are, but I'm just saying in general, you're more analytic car financial person.
What do I spend my time consuming?
Well, it depends. It depends. It changes all the time.
But mostly, what is it consistently?
Was it consistently?
Yeah.
I don't know. What's
Economics.
your concern? Yeah, economics. That's
Yeah.
what we've consumed for I don't know how many years. That's what we look at.
Decades. Right.
Decades.
So how can you say that I'm primarily a car person?
No, I said you're in finance. That's what I said. Economics.
Economics. But the economics is tied directly to all of the rest of the
Yeah,
conspiracy
but
stuff.
okay, but economics at least you can talk about that coherently. And the other stuff is just so much of it that you really can't talk about it.
Maybe-
Because it's all multi-layered and jumbled and
As it's supposed to be.
as it's supposed to.
Yes.
Okay. But I'm just saying, like, for my interest, I'm interested more in economics and what's tangible for me. TV does the same. Every time the screen goes blank and buffering circle, I refresh and get a commercial, then the picture is back. Weird standing foot. That's really weird. I don't know. I'm about the picture. This happened last week too.
Yeah. About the same time.
Yeah.
And then it just dead on us.
Yeah,
remember?
it did. It dropped dead on us.
Yeah.
We just went off. And it was like connecting, reconnecting, and then it was like, oh, done. Not connecting. I forgot about that. So sorry about that, everybody. It might happen again tonight. Tony needs a second channel for the non-automotive content. I enjoy his perspective. It's a lot of work. One channel is a lot of work.
Here's the problem, right? Here's the problem. Because this is something I've been wrestling with now for a really long time.
It's also hard for you to focus.
Here's the thing, okay? If I was to start in that direction, okay, there's no way I could do car stuff. It's gonna happen, right? Because the car stuff is very simple, it's very straightforward, right? But once you go into these other realms, it's so intense and there's so much to it that if I was to start applying the time that I spend on the car stuff there, ain't gonna happen. No car stuff, it just ain't gonna happen. So I'm just gonna keep it the way it is and focus only on the aspects of it that apply directly to us as car people.
Right, automotively.
Right, automotive. Because like, okay, so you guys are my tribe, right? So anything that affects the tribe is what I'll get into. So, but beyond that, I'm going to leave that to other people.
There are many professional financial people who do a really good job at it.
They do a really good job of it.
Mm-hmm.
They do a really good job. But it's not just money. Like, the money's just a small part of it. Over the last year or so, I've started going down some other really intense rabbit holes, that, like I said, if I started, it's one thing to look into this stuff, like you watch my channel, it's one thing for me to watch other people's channels and absorb their content as opposed to me creating that content. Because if I started creating that content, oof. I mean,
yeah, I don't need that, okay?
Oh yeah, see,
I don't need that.
Kathy has a very strong normalcy bias.
No, I don't.
You don't want to hear about any of this stuff.
No, but like I need to function.
Yes.
like I can hear about some of it and I can be like, oh, okay, but like I can't go down rabbit holes. I can't do that because I have too much that I'm doing. I can't do that. I've met before, and I don't want to go back there ever again.
Oh, see, and I love it.
Yeah.
I, I,
No, I've
I
done
live
it,
to go down these rabbit holes.
and I don't think it's a good thing most of the time. I really don't. I don't think it's good.
To know what's really
Yeah, but
happening.
you really don't. But you really, really don't know what's really happening. You have like the tiniest idea, and like that's not even like you have no idea.
Why do you say that?
Because look at us. You have no idea. You really don't have an idea of what's actually happening. Like there's so much going on, so much that we don't know or understand.
How about I have a much better grasp of it than you
Okay.
think?
Yeah. No. Though then you're. I think that that's a foolish perspective, but that's just me. No. I think for me, there's way too much for me to be like, oh, I know what's going on. No,
Hmm.
I don't. I don't know what's going
Can I tell you the specifics?
on. No.
No, of course not.
No.
That speculating on the specifics is impossible, right? Or right, that's not impossible. You can speculate on the specifics, but it's silly, right? But instead, what I do is I look for bigger, broader um, uh, averages. Okay, so if I look at a specific aspect of government, of history, of economics, of psychology, because it all ties together.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Looking at broader aspects of things, that's fine.
But then what happens is,
I don't like specifics. I don't like it when people are like, well, blah, 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 specifically. And I'm like, no,
well,
stop that.
they're speculating in areas that they really can't speculate on.
Right.
But here's the thing: if you look at, let's say, psychology, and in the world of psychology, you're looking at things having to do with, let's say, neurolinguistics programming.
I studied a lot of social psychology.
Okay.
A lot.
So you're in the realm.
I know what's going on as far as that's concerned. It's very disturbing. And that's why I really don't like to discuss it.
Well, that's fine. But, let me just make a point here, okay? So you look at NLP, you go down that rabbit hole, okay, and you look at the origins of that, and you start to look at the whole MK Ultra deal. You start to look at all of these things that are known. It's like when I started looking at this stuff 25 years ago, it was like, no, that's silly, that's nonsense. But ever since, from that point, it's become well known. It's just accepted common knowledge that there's
but
things.
you can't talk about that in front of everybody.
Well,
A lot of people can't grasp.
let me finish my
things.
thought. Let me
Go
finish
ahead.
my thought.
Go ahead.
Okay? So you go down that rabbit hole and you got Project Paperclip and all of these other things, right? Then you look at the Tavistock Institute and you look at all of the social engineering and you look at, let's say, the history of the Beatles and you look at all of these things that happened during this period of time, right? Then you look at the entertainment industry and their programming, okay? And the radical changes that they made at certain periods in time, right? You can see where all of this stuff is linked. And then you cross over into economics, economic policy, trade policy. You look at the global picture. And what happens is, over time, certain patterns emerge. So you see that, okay, the thing that I learned about neurolinguistics programming ties in directly with NLP, ties in directly with certain types of abuse, ties in with certain policies, ties in with certain messages, ties in with certain economic events, ties in with certain social and political events. They all tie together. And while I can't tell you the specifics, I can tell you that this is the broad picture of what's actually going on. And that's what I do. I spend my time connecting dots. You see what I'm saying? And what I found is that even the most insane, crazy conspiracy theories all contain golden kernels of truth. Okay? Not that the whole thing is true, not that the whole thing is accurate, but within those theories, you'll find kernels of truth or kernels of knowledge that fit in with other things. You see what I'm saying? And you put the timeline together, and that's the other thing too. Like that's the timeline is a big deal
You have
too.
a super chat.
Go ahead.
Okay. Caleb Parker.
Hey, Caleb.
Hey Tony, I'm installing an Edelbrock 1405 on my 318 4-speed Duster
Okay.
with a Holley 1850 I need to change my throttle linkage. I'm 27. Don't crucify me.
Oh, all right. The Edelbrock carburetors out of the box have a Chevy ratio. Because when these carburetors were released, most everything in the aftermarket was geared towards the Chevy, right? So Chevrolets have a different gas pedal ratio than Chryslers do. And so when you put an Edelbrock carburetor on a Chrysler, the ratios are off, right? So full throttle is going to be off, and the throttle position sensor for the transmission, throttle position linkage for the transmission, is also going to be off. So you have a choice. You could do one of two things. There's a hole. I wish I had an Edelbrock carburetor here to show you. Okay, there's a hole. Look at the side linkage of the Edelbrock carburetor, and you'll see a big hole. Okay, and then underneath it, about a third of the way between the big hole and the pivot point, the throttle shaft, you'll see one smaller hole. Well, if you take that hole and you drill it out just slightly to put the Chrysler pin in there, the throttle pin, then you'll get the correct ratio. Or you could spring for like $20 and get a piece of linkage that they sell, Edelbrock sells it, that bolts onto the side of the Edelbrock carburetor and then gives you the correct ratio. So I don't bother with that. All I do when I'm putting an Edelbrock carburetor on a Chrysler, all I do is drill that hole out, just to open that hole a little bit so I can put a Chrysler pin in there, and then that's the correct ratio. I hope I answered the question for you.
George Kemp sent you super chat.
Thank you.
We just don't like the sentence says ball. They're talking to each other. Thomas Course talking to Caleb. That beard and tattoo guy is talking to Ari. Let's see, all of this connecting dots doesn't mean the dots are connected or in that way, Tony. Constellations are just connected dots. They're arbitrary and with story.
I have to strongly disagree with you, Owl. Strongly. I didn't just wake up this morning and say, "Hey, wait, something isn't quite right." This is most of my life. I've been looking into this stuff, researching this stuff, and as thoroughly as possible. And what I have found is that it does all tie together, and I look for tangible, physical examples that I can either touch or that I can actually see that tie these things together. I have to completely disagree with you. I have
Winnie.
done my research. I'm not a dummy.
From have a view of the meteor shower. Supposed to be best viewing.
No stars. It's overcast here tonight.
Back to observations. I have a recurring acid trip joy every time. Dean Stevenson says. Okay. It's overcast where you are too from the course.
It's a really beautiful night tonight.
Yeah, it's not too hot. There's nothing, Tony. There's nothing. There's no super chat.
Oh my God.
No regular comments. There's nothing.
We've run out.
Let's see. It's a 73, 318, 4-speed with 321 rear gear, lots of fun. They look fast. Watch out for space junk, y'all. Dean Stevenson says. Olive says, I'm not calling you a dummy, Tony. Just we fill in the blanks with our minds, and causality may not go connected dig.
No, Olive, you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. When you start to actually look for names, dates, places in one area, and then you cross over to another area and you find matching names, dates, places, and then you go to another area and you find matching names, dates, places, and these are otherwise unrelated things. You can then look at the name, date, and place that's common through it all and say, there's something to this. You see what I'm saying? There's a connection there, right? It's called research, and I do a lot of it.
You have a super chat.
Yes.
The bearded and tattooed guy says, it's running, haha. It was 180 out. Thank you.
Excellent.
A Stellantis sale to BYD would require approval, wouldn't it? It is a Chinese company.
Well, think about this for a second now. Chrysler and Dodge, Jeep, right? This current lineup, it's not an American company now. Okay, it's Stellantis. It's not an American company. So they've managed to go along with this. They've managed to pull it off because those companies are still headquartered here in the States, and the majority of the manufacturing is done here in the States. BYD would not necessarily change those dynamics. So no, nothing has to be approved. It's already been done.
Stellantis is going to sink into the ocean. Am I the only one not finding distributor rebuild kits? Craig Simpson.
I haven't looked for one.
No?
I have not looked for one.
JK says, now that Steve Mag seems better, would it be time to revisit any future plans to do another live with him?
I would love to. I was actually just talking to David Hakem yesterday or a day before. Hakeem. David Hakeem. No, now he's Hakem.
He's Hakem
No,
again?
no, he was Hakem.
Now he's
Right, now he's Hakeem.
Yeah.
So I was talking to Dave yesterday or the day before, and he had been talking to Steve Maggs, and so I'd like to get those three together on a live. That would be a really interesting night. I won't be able to say a word.
No.
I'm just gonna have to sit back and watch and let those three go, because all three of them can just run at it, and that's fine by me. So we'll try to put something together with that soon.
Okay. You're supposed to do live with Jeff Stunker, but you guys got busy?
Jeff doesn't return. Jeff texts me.
Yeah.
Right? And then I return his text, he doesn't answer.
Oh, he's
and
busy.
And then he calls, and I try to return his call, and he doesn't answer. Jeff, come on.
I saw he did something with George Baptiste.
Did he really?
Yeah, he did a video.
George is still alive?
Yeah.
George has got to be in his 80s.
Yeah, I
at least.
saw it come up on our YouTube notifications.
Huh.
And it's
Okay.
like, George Baptiste, that's a very...
That's the guy that got me started with the Hemis.
Yeah. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
I didn't watch it though, so I'm sure it's good for you. I was busy. I was doing something else.
George Baptiste was the guy that set me down a very bad path.
Thanks, George.
Good guy, really good guy. George used to have, this was in New York, he used to have an original Superstock Cuda, a 68 Hemi Cuda.
I think the title of the video is something like he made like such and such money racing.
Yeah, George was
Yeah.
a professional street racer.
Mm-hmm. Go to Jeff Stunker's channel and go watch it.
I'll have to go watch it. I had no idea George was still alive.
I think I saw it yesterday.
But George used to street race a 68 Hemi Cuda.
Does Tony have any D'Agostino stories? Tony D'Agostino?
A lot of them I
Yeah, I'm
can't
sure,
really
yeah.
tell.
We have a lot. We really know him since we were young.
Yeah. Yeah, I've known
Kids.
D'Agostino now for over 40 years.
Yep.
We have like a love-hate relationship
Yep.
with each other. He was my bank for a long time. When I was younger,
We would get broke and have to sell something.
I would start hustling. See, I've always been like, see the way I accumulate stuff now, right? I was worse, way worse when I was younger.
But we were kids.
Kids.
20. And
Yeah, I was like 20 years old. And D'Agostino was my bank. So what would happen was I'm always accumulating parts. I'm always accumulating cars. I'm always accumulating everything, all right? And then you run into a point where
But
you
we had
need
no
money,
space
right?
too,
Oh, I
so
had no
that was a
space. I had
problem.
nothing. It was horrible. It was horrible, right?
Yeah.
So,
We
but I
did
was determined,
apartment.
and I was damaged, very badly mentally damaged. So always accumulating and stuff like that. And then when we would hit a brick wall, which happened often, I would call D'Agostino and sell him big chunks of what I had accumulated, and that gave us the cash to keep going and do other things. So yeah, for a few years, D'Agostino, it was like the Bank of D'Agostino. We'd run up to Middletown, New York, hand him a load of parts, he'd hand me a handful of cash, and you're like, woo-wee!
Nice.
He got the better of me, boy. Oh boy.
Yeah. Well, he had money.
Oh, he's always been loaded.
Yeah, he had money.
Yeah,
Back
loaded.
then, he had money.
Yeah, he was just
He was
pissed $100 bills like it was nothing.
buying and selling
Yeah.
stuff way back then. And you think he was a little? Was he older than you? A couple years older than you?
No, I think he's either my age or like a year younger.
I don't know about that. About a van, but not a van down by the river. What? What about van? The name Nitro says, what auto trans is best to connect to a Mopar Flathead 6 from about 1950?
I'd use a 904. I mean, I don't know what adapters. I'm not even sure what the ball pattern is on the back of those engines. But I would the what they came with is probably the best choice. But if it's got to be an automatic, rig a 904 to it.
Yes, on merch. We will put a link to our merch. Thank you for Uncle Tony's Garage at Gmail. No, not Gmail. UncleTony'sGarage.com.
Yes, thank you, Fubar.
Tony retired. He tried to sell his business, but there were no takers. Really? I'm sure it was expensive. Yeah, I knew he was selling a lot of stuff. He had a lot of stuff, so I can't imagine how
He
much
had
that
buildings
was.
full of stuff.
Yeah.
And he gave none of it away. Like
He sent us hubcaps once.
yes, he did.
That was really nice.
He did.
A little blurry. Yeah, I don't know. It's gotta be the internet.
Tony really knows his stuff. He's a smart guy. You want to talk about anything Mopar, like nitty gritty details? Tony's the guy.
Chevy Hemi says, has anyone tried starter rebuild kits?
The what happened?
Has anyone tried starter rebuild kits?
I haven't. Not in a long time. Not in a long time.
Scarlet Fire says, I name here that never owned a Mopar, and I've owned over 40 cars and trucks. You have to go get one, I guess.
You would definitely probably be in the minority.
Somebody's in the garden. I see.
It's Lily this time, and Winnie,
Oh,
and Maggie. All three of them are in the garden right
great. Great.
And-
Zero? Is Zero here?
now. And Winnie is eating
Zero, I got your
grapes.
t-shirts coming. Very late. Just wanted to say hi. No problem. Hello, Zero.
Hello, Zero.
T-shirts are on the way. Let's see. Oh, what's up, Lily? What's up, Darla? Okay, hi, Lily. All right. Everybody's just saying hello to Zero. Richard Green, Tony, you need to invest in the DJI Mic 2 system.
Oh, what?
I don't know, a DJI Mic 2 system. We have mics.
We have
Tony
mics.
doesn't
They're
wanna put
inside.
them on.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't. It's like I have to fight every day. You don't understand. He doesn't want to put the mics on. No problem, Zero. Just hang tight. I got way behind, but I have your stuff. It's coming. Good night, Travis. Let's see. Freedom Inc. says, come on, pull the rocking chair in view and let's rant. Get it off your chest.
You don't want me to get it off my chest.
No. Todd Denio says, Tony, do you know Mark Warman since you know D'Agostino?
No, I do not know Mark Warman. We've never met. We've never talked.
Jim A says, what would have been so great about the Bolstad Hemi?
All of the same things that were great about and are great about the big block Chevy, because the Bolstad Hemi was legitimately a copy of the big block Chevy. So it would have presented a whole different. See, the thing about the Hemi was in its day, right? And, I mean, like way back. It held its own, but it really came into its superior in its ability to burn big volumes of fuel. So alcohol and especially nitro. You see that once you get to our 1973, 1974 wedge engine and semi-Hemi, big block Chevy, engine technology went off in a completely different direction, and normally aspirated left the 426 Hemi in the dust, right? If Chrysler had adopted the ball stud, and the whole point of the ball stud was to combine the Hemi and the wedge, and that's literally what it is. It's a combination of the Hemi and the wedge. They would have had a big block Chevy, and you would have seen Chrysler be much more competitive in today's world, right? So like, you look at normally aspirated outlaw cars, the vast majority of them are running Chevy derivatives, because that combustion chamber, that style cylinder head, works better normally aspirated. So you would have seen Chrysler had a much better chance in pro stock and the world of everything that goes on today if they had gone in that direction, but they didn't.
That bearded tattoo guy sent you super chat.
Thanks.
Going for drive now. Again, thank you. 57 Bel Air.
Awesome. Enjoy your ride, man.
That bearded and tattooed guy is very nice. UTG and Kathy Banana and Dean Stevenson. He is very nice. He's very nice, and we appreciate him. As we appreciate you, Dean.
Yes. Dean has been around since we started this channel.
100 Fishermen. Kathy, it's pronounced D-M-Y-E-O. Denio? Denio?
What?
Denio? Denio? Okay, sorry. I mispronounced your name. I'm sorry. I mispronounced a lot of things.
It's just her second language.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Fluent in Lithuanian and Croatian, but you know, I think she does a pretty good job with English, to be honest with you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. We're almost done.
That was fast.
Yeah.
We blew through 2 hours already?
Yeah, almost, yeah.
Oh my God. Let's hang out for another 2 hours.
Let's not.
I'm ready.
Say we did. I have things I have to do, actually.
Oh, stop it.
No, don't stop it. I really have things I have to do. I have work I have to do. Oh, stop it. He told me. Dean Stevenson says, I'm an acquired immunity disorder, but thanks.
You're a good guy, Dean.
I hope
You're
not.
a good guy.
What's the value of a Ford Thunderbird 1997, some of its parts, and easy to modify?
I'm not familiar enough with them to pass any judgment on that. Ford, the problem doing anything with Ford, and it goes all the way back to like the 50s, is Ford out where everything was completely interchangeable, right? They were nuts for simplicity and interchangeability, right? And then in the 50s, Ford became very specialized. You know, so every model has certain things that are very specific to that model, and it got worse as time went on. And so once you get to like and especially the higher end cars, there are so many things that are going to be unique to that car. Switches, relays, wiring, various components, that they become very difficult to work with compared to General Motors and Chrysler products of the same era. So, but I don't know enough specifically. Oh, she's doing her zoomies. I don't know specifically enough about those cars to really pass judgment on it, or give you an educated opinion.
I'm being booed here.
A
Danny
booed?
Boy is booing me.
Who is
Boo,
booing you?
Kathy. Danny Boy.
Because you want to stop this.
Well, I have to stop it because I have work to do. And it's been more than 1.5 hours. We're over 100 minutes. So,
Over 100 what?
minutes. We're over 100 minutes. Jume sent you a super chat.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tony. I don't care what anyone says. Keep connecting the dots with cars and everything else.
It all ties together.
It does. Everything does tie together. Nothing is isolated.
I made a conclusion. I've come to a conclusion.
What's that?
I've talked about this with you yet.
You have?
Yes. And,
You have talked to me about it?
yes.
Okay. Did I agree?
No, you generally disagree with a lot of stuff that I say until a couple of years later, and then you're like,
Well,
oh, that's
I have to
obvious.
play devil's advocate a lot with you because sometimes you go a little overboard. But go ahead, tell me.
Oh, yeah, I go overboard until things play out, and it's like, aha,
Well,
there it is.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I've come to the conclusion that it was cars. Like, so if you look at everything that's wrong in society today, right? You look at, like, everything.
Oh, we talked about that years ago. But years ago, you're like, society is built around cars.
It is.
And that's everything that we have is the internal combustion engine. You gave me this big, long speech, like
And it's true.
30 years,
Yes.
35 years ago.
Yes. But now the updated version of that, okay? I gave you that speech
It's
30,
an impassioned speech about the internal combustion engine.
and it's absolutely true. Okay?
It is true.
Yes.
Our whole life is built around the car.
But what I've determined now through observation and
Hindsight is 2020.
the currency, no, it doesn't, listen
No?
to me, right?
Okay, go ahead.
It doesn't change what I said before. It adds to it. Okay, there's an addition to it. Because when I made that basic observation, society, things hadn't played out completely to where they are today. Where you could see that society is in free fall. Period. The end. Society is in free fall. It's not just economic. It's community. It's people. It's everything is in free fall.
Yeah.
Everything is in isolation. Everything is everybody is at odds with everybody else. Right. There's no more, civil discourse. Right. People screaming at each other. And what I've determined is that you can trace all of that directly to the internal combustion engine or the car, right? You getting? Shush. Are you getting this? Did you get the zoomies?
No, if she does it again,
Oh.
I get it.
Everything that's wrong in the world today, all of it, can be traced directly to the misuse of the internal combustion engine. Like, name it, okay? Like crazy things that go on at the Olympics, let's just say, right? Name it. Across the board. It can all be traced to the societal and community, the communities and the societal changes that were only possible with the internal combustion engine. So basically, it was a great tool that offered unprecedented freedom, and then we squandered that freedom. All right, I'm going to do a whole video on this, and I probably won't do it anytime, in the near future, because it's one of those things that I really got to put that whole thing together in a cohesive way. So I'm just giving an observation, a general observation, without enough substance to actually make a video about it. But you look at anything And I have, right? Like, I look at everything and I say, okay, let's let's take this back and take it back and take it back. So it started here and then it went here. So, you know, the breakdown of the American family, let's just say, right? You name it, it doesn't matter what it is. You take the negative situation, okay, and then it came from here. And what caused that? Well, this caused that. Well, what caused that? Well, this caused that. And you keep going back, and you keep going back, and you keep going back, and you end up at the internal combustion engine. So basically, it's the most evil and destructive device man has ever known. But you can use it for good.
Well, that's everything, right? That's everything, basically.
Yes and no. Yes and no. Nothing's had nearly the profound effect that the internal combustion engine has.
No, yeah, we live our lives based on that.
100%. Everything.
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 And not
Everything.
just because you're a car person. Like, everybody lives their life based on the car.
All the normies don't. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, yeah, they have no idea.
The normies don't realize it. They just know that, oh, we need to realize that where they work,
What they do,
how they work, what they do,
Yep.
where their relatives live, how things happen, all has to do with the car. And they don't realize it because they don't think that deeply.
Well, we live in a very fast-paced world. People tend not to think too deeply. But that's that. Let's see. The horse is the source. Yeah. Normies, you're the only other human I've heard use that term.
Is Cliff High the other one?
Oh, let's see. One cuts bread, the other does the right thing. Eric Swensson sent you a super chat.
Thank you.
Hi, Uncle Tony. Be the president of Mopar and make it great again. Bring back good muscle cars and 440s. Laugh out loud. Mopar president. That's you.
It's a job I wouldn't want. Just deal with it. Chrysler's over. It's done. Right? It's done. It's been done. It's been done for a long, long time. But now it's really done.
How do you feel about it?
I have
It
no.
doesn't bother you?
Not really.
No.
Not really. They produced a certain type of car for a period of time, and that's where my interests are. You know what I'm saying? That's where my allegiances are, right? But all of the people who designed and built those cars are dead. All of the places where they were built are gone. Everything is gone. The only thing left is just the name, and the name doesn't mean anything to me. You know.
You made me think of Louis Rossman in that last video that he did about New York and that building that sold for, like, how much did it sell?
97% off.
97% off on that building. He was talking about the way that things used to be.
Oh yeah.
It's a good video.
So no, I have absolutely no allegiance to the modern Chrysler Corporation or Stellantis or anything like that. Zero. So it's just there's a specific design, there's a specific styling, engineering, and corporate philosophy that existed for a very short period of time, between, let's say, the very late 1950s and the engineering start. Let's say post-war to around 1977, 78, maybe, pushing it, okay? Post-war to pre-1980 is the Chrysler that I identify with as Chrysler, and everything else is just, you know. And back then, Chrysler wasn't just a car company. Chrysler made air conditioning units. Chrysler made, you name it, Chrysler was building it. And
yeah, a thermostat was a Chrysler.
A Chrysler, right? The thermostat in our house was a Chrysler thermostat. So it was an amazing company, run by amazing people, but those days are long gone, long gone.
Nobody takes pride in work anymore.
No. So
No
to
such
me, it doesn't
thing.
matter. The Germans, the Italians, the Chinese, whoever's going to run it, I don't care. It means nothing to me.
Freedom Inc. says, back then, man, I wish I lived there now.
You know what? Tell you what, right? I've done a pretty good job of keeping myself there.
Stay out of certain things.
What's that?
I said you stay out of certain things.
Oh, I stay on a lot of
Yeah,
things.
right.
I pick and choose the technology or the elements of the modern world that suit me and suit my purpose. Like we're doing right now, okay? And the rest of it, I just reject. You know what I mean? And I keep myself in that happy period. And it's not necessarily as happy because it was my youth and I'm happy in my youth. You know, I was happy in my youth.
Yeah.
But I surround myself with the types of things and the types of energies that existed back then. Because they're still around. You just have to dig for them.
Zero says Chrysler has a missile division.
Yes, they had everything. They were all over the place. It was an amazing company. Innovative. Easily the most innovative American corporation of probably all time.
Jack Seaton says, Uncle Tony, do you have a car you wish you never sold?
Yeah, we talked about this a bunch of times. I had a 72 Roadrunner 400 4-speed that I definitely regret getting rid of, and that was 40 years ago. So yeah, that car definitely left an impression on me.
Mexican Spec says, so Tony, you were saying you don't do self-checkout at the store?
I do, but I mean, there were, like I said, I mean, I always carry a lot of cash on me. I don't use it, but I carry it, and I use
Me
cards.
too. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't trust the card, but I'll use the card because it's the most convenient way to do it. But I never go to buy anything with a card that I don't already have that cash sitting in my pocket just in case the card doesn't work. So there's lots of things I use because they're there. Like for instance, when I go to get gas, I use the card instead of going inside and paying cash.
Well, that's just a way to take the money out of the bank.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So it's a way to get the money out of the bank.
Right.
I don't believe in banks.
Like, use it, get it out of the bank.
Right.
Self-checkout is much faster and easier. I'm no longer dependent on a slow-moving line, Jake B says. Sometimes. Let's see, Anime says Caravan was the best work vehicle I had. Caravan.
Yeah, the Lee Iacocca era was good. Was good. But again, see, all of that original Chrysler design language is kind of gone by that point.
We have a few minutes left.
Sure.
Freedom Inc. says that's the problem. Everyone needing to go faster and it slowed everyone down. Raymond says, I had a 1970 Dodge Charger 383 2-barrel ATAC non-perf short grip.
That was a very common combination for those cars. A lot of 383 two-barrel cars out there.
Mr. Nobody says, if there is a choice, I go to the human checkout.
I
I have
understand.
more items, I go to the human checkout.
Yeah, no, I mean, I understand that. I get that. To patronize the humans. And I probably should. But when I'm in the store, I want in and out, right? Like we go we go. So this happens like every day, right?
Not every day.
Oh please.
I know what you're saying.
We don't go big food shopping, okay? What we do is
We shop like city people.
we shop
We
like
buy our dinner every day.
right, exactly, right? So
So it's fresh.
right. So I mean we have food
Yeah, we have
stored.
food in the house,
Okay, we
but-
always have food, you know. We have enough stuff to eat for a year.
Yeah,
Like
right.
if we didn't leave the house right now, we could literally eat for a year on what we've got stashed away. But the we go and get whatever we're going to eat every day at the supermarket. So I come back from the shop. I go to the shop in the morning. I come back. On my way back, I'll say, Kat, what do you want to eat today? And she'll say, blah, blah, blah. And I say, okay, I'll stop at the store. And she'll be like, no, stop and pick me up. I want to go too. And then I'm like, "Ugh," right?
That's not nice, Tony.
Because
That's really mean.
I get into the supermarket, okay? I am on a mission. I am mission specific. You know, I gotta pick up mushrooms. I gotta pick up cheese. I gotta pick up chicken. I gotta pick up, you know, tomatoes. It's 4 items. I'm in the door. Boom, 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 and I'm out the door again. I take her, and she's like, wait, let me get a cart. I'm like, what? You don't have a friggin' cart?
You have a mental problem.
We came here for 4 items. It should take us no more than a minute and a half to make this run. We can carry everything in our hands. Let me
No,
get
I
a
have
cart.
a pocketbook. I can't. It's heavy. My bag is heavy. It needs to go in the cart.
I find myself sneaking to the supermarket.
That's not nice.
But it's true.
Oh my gosh.
Some guys they sneak off to the bar. Okay, they say I find myself sneaking to the supermarket
All right, Tony.
or Home Depot.
Shut up about Home Depot.
I need something from Home Depot. I need paint. Wham! I'm in the door. I grab the paint. I just about jog to the
Sometimes
checkout.
I do that too. I do that too all the time. I go in and out.
No, you don't.
Sometimes I do.
Wait, can I see what the floor thing is over here? Oh, wait. There's paneling over there. Oh, there's light. I came here to get this freaking paint and I'm out the door, okay?
Sure.
But it's true. Am I exaggerating even a little bit?
Kill me, Tony. All right, that's it for tonight, Tony.
That's it?
Yeah. Boomer says I'm on your side about grocery stores, Kathy. Nice. Thank you, Boomer.
Yeah, no. Boom, boom.
Don't be mean. Fine, so now you go by yourself. You don't have to have me tag along with you.
You can tag, but you got to keep up.
I do keep up.
No, you don't. You stop to get a cart. I mean, right there, you're holding up the action. You see what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh, Tony. All right. Are you done? You done for the evening?
Yes.
Done ranting at me?
I may be done for good.
It could be.
This could be it.
Ari says I'm siding with Kathy on this one. Oh, I think. Me too, Ari. There might be something new that I want to eat.
I'm too damaged to wander. I got to hit it and get out.
Oh my goodness. All right. Are we done yet? Dean Stevenson wants to know.
Yes, Dean.
Yeah,
We're done.
All right.
All right. So, what else? What do we have to talk about?
When? Now?
Now.
Or mods? Or merch?
Wait.
What?
What do we got coming up?
Oh.
We got, okay, so, of course, Wednesday night, Dr. Art's Hot Rod Rehab. He'll be with our, Wednesday night Tech Talk. Okay.
Yeah.
This Thursday night, tentatively, we've got a live with Robbie Starbuck. We're going to talk about the insanity that's going on with some of these corporations, and Harley Davidson specifically. I'm thinking. All right, well, that's it.
Good night, Charlie.
That's all I can
Charlie
think.
Roma's here.
Hey, Charlie, what's happening, man? We were going to go to the track Friday. That didn't happen. Definitely going to the track next Friday with Mission Improbable. And Dr. Art's going to come. We're going to do a tune on the thing there at the track.
Yes, we ship merch to Australia now.
Yeah, we ship it all over Earth.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I just sent something to Australia. The shipping is very pricey, though.
Yes, it's
So-
insane. You listen to me, right?
I'm
Our
sorry.
merch
I'll
is
send you
not
extra-
worth what you're going to pay to
stickers
get
or
it.
something. I feel really bad every time I have to send something overseas.
I'm telling you, we got people that watch this channel from all over the world. I'm telling you right now, if you don't live in the continental United States, our merch is not worth ordering. Okay?
Send
Every
extra
freaking
stuff. I
time.
feel bad.
Every time. She's like, because she puts the merch orders
Yeah.
together, right? And she's like, this one's got to go to Botswana. And I'm like,
See?
why? Why? you people are paying for postage is absolutely insane. It would be cheaper if you took one of our shirts and brought it to a local printer and had them print it there for you. Okay, seriously, if you're not in the continent of the United States, do not waste your money on our merch.
They might want a shirt though.
But if you live here, yeah, by all means, buy a bunch of it. Okay. We have a bunch of different designs and stuff. UncleTony'sGarage.com. And
But we
Fubar
do
always
ship
puts a
to
link for us.
Australia, and I just sent something to the UK.
Yeah,
so-
these people are nuts.
I buy stuff from the UK. I bought a T-shirt from the UK. I bought a dog thing from the UK because they're big with agility.
That's why my socks have holes in them.
No, you have brand new socks in the closet. Don't give me that crap.
You foreigners, think twice before you order this crap. Seriously, right? Spend the money on your puppies. Jeff from Two Hacks, he lost his puppy yesterday, so
I'm
thoughts
sorry.
to Jeff. What else is there?
Is it a puppy?
No, he was older.
Oh.
He was older. He had leukemia.
Oh,
He had
man.
leukemia. He was 9 years old.
TA plus Hemi says I got my internal combustion T-shirt last week and I'm loving it. Awesome.
Awesome. Thank you.
We appreciate everything that you guys buy from us.
We do. But you foreigners are insane. Okay, because it's seriously nuts. Okay, our mods. Zero popped in. He was in. He was in and out. Zero.
Yeah.
Fubar, Mexican Spec, Ari. Thank you guys as always. All of our amazing viewers who hit us up with super chats. Thank you so much. You keep the wheels turning here. It's never expected, but always appreciated. And all of you guys who just contributed with your presence and your conversation, we are eternally grateful for you allowing us to do this, because there's no way we could do this without you. So thank you. And what else?
I think that's it.
This is not financial advice.
No.
No.
I'm afraid our time is up.
Look, I'm gonna symbolically turn off the lamp.
Is that how, wait, I
Look.
can't see it. Hang
Okay,
on.
you can't see it.
No.
All right, here we go. Symbolically turning out the lamp.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh,
Okay.
that was nice, Tony.
Yes, the dying of the light.
We'll be back with more light.
We'll be back eventually. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Thanks, everybody.
Wednesday, Dr. Art. Thursday, Robbie Starbuck.
Yes.
Good night, all.
Good night.